Hey everybody, welcome to day 22. We're going to make the best of this. So it's a little bit later in the day than I typically practice. I one of the excuses I've made in my recent kind of moving away from a more physical practice is I have had it in my head that I practice best in the morning. There is some truth to that for sure, but I've also realized that's some resistance that I've had made up in my head to justify why I don't practice in the afternoon or evening. I've learned through this 30 days, 22 days, that you can practice anytime. Certainly, you might have more energy in the morning, but taking the time, 15, 20 minutes to unroll a mat can be done any time of the day, anywhere in location, in any outfit, whether it's shorts or a dress or yoga clothes or jeans. We have so many barriers that we put up against reasons why we don't follow through with things. And so this 22 days of 30 has been eye-opening to me again in my lifetime of coming back to the mat, that it really is simple. And it's just a practice of self-love that is so important, that we take the time or make the time or create or cultivate the time for ourselves so that we can be better people out there. And consistency, I had a huge lesson in consistency today. And being consistent with showing up will have a benefit beyond what we can even imagine the benefit to be. So in my work, I'm going into assisted living homes to share yoga and mindfulness to people living with brain injuries or dementia or other neurological stuff. And for 2 years straight, I've been ringing the bell of a house in Highlands Ranch, Colorado, every 2 weeks for 2 years plus. Ring the bell. Hey, I'm Stacie. I'm here for yoga, and getting absolute zero interest by the resident, except for the occasional person who would like to have a foot rub, which is great. That's part of my passion too, is rubbing people's feet. So I had a man who said yes to the foot rubs, but there was nobody interested in yoga. When that man passed away, suddenly, then we sort of had to look at, do I continue to show up to this house? And I said, please let me keep trying. Please let me stick with this. Because I knew if I found the right combination, I could hook them in. I could do it. I just believed I could. I've seen it too many times. So consistently showing up, consistently being who I am, consistently trying, consistently encouraging residents, and not taking it personal that they didn't want to say no, or not taking it, not giving up, basically. Today was the day. I had participation from residents, and I believe it's because I've been consistent. One gentleman who has seen me every 2 weeks for 2 years in another house, who recently moved to this house, who never participated, always said some pretty negative things about my work, what I was doing, didn't take it personal, was consistent with just showing up. He today pulled a chair over and sat down and did the practice. So be consistent with yourself, be consistent with other people, because they're watching, and it will pay off. It will absolutely pay off when we are consistent. And today was probably one of the best work days of my life, because I saw success in my consistency, and I saw that me showing up every 2 weeks for this group of people paid off. And I think when we turn that inward and we consistently show up for ourselves, whether that's in eating well, drinking enough water, laying on a yoga mat, consistently working on ourselves, consistently loving who we are, it pays off. So that's where we're going. Let's start in child's pose. Not going to be a super long practice, but enough to just kind of shake out the day, get things out of the body that need to be out of the body, and think about consistency in yourself and consistency on how you show up for others. All right, hands are going to be underneath the shoulders. We're going to find a little circular motion. So the first thing we're going to do is just wag our tail, kind of shake out the day, shake out day 22. And then we're going to come forward just a little bit, come back just a little bit, just find a little bit of opening through the hips. I've been driving a million miles today, sitting for 4 classes. So my body's wanting a little bit of movement. It's too hot to walk. So this is good. Now make some ovals with your body. So we're going to combine those 2 motions. We've got the front to the back and the wagging of the tail. And I'm actually bringing my body over my shoulders forward. Okay. So sometimes I cue this as we are stirring a honey pot with our body. You might start to make the circles a little bit bigger, puffing up the upper back, letting the chest come forward, a little cat-cow action along with the ovals. Elbows are going to bend a little bit. 2 more. One of my favorite ways to wake up the body, either in the morning or at the end of a day, go the opposite direction. Stir that honey pot. Just feel that. Maybe even close your eyes. Again, I love to practice with my eyes closed. When we remove our vision from our experience, we actually tune in greater to our sense of touch, sensation. You might even feel a heightened sense of sound or smell. 2 more. Rolling the body around feels so nice. After a long day, come to tabletop. We're going to take our hands and turn our fingers away to the outer edges of the mat, and then turn it one more direction and bring your fingertips towards your knees. We're going to push the body back just a little bit. This is a great stretch for carpal tunnel. If you do a lot of hand work, a lot of typing, a lot of maybe sewing, something like that. All right, so you're just going to rock forward and back and forward and back. I have no props with me tonight, just me and my mat, my beautiful backyard. 2 more. Nice soft breeze. I'm in the shade, feels nice. Take the hands back around. We're going to tuck our beautiful toes, all 10 of them if they're in working order. For me, it's going to be just 5. And lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Bring your heart towards your thighs. Tuck your chin, let your head just hang. Great posture to come to at the end of the day. It feels nice. Press into the heels of the hands. Get a nice stretch through the side body. And just a couple more breaths here. And then drop to your knees. I do want to remind all of us that if coming into down dog is not an option, we can come to puppy dog, which is a little softer, easier version. So for puppy dog, you come into all 4s, but then lower your arms to your forearms. Hips stay high, eyes go to your knees. And notice you have the same shape of the spine, which is long diagonal line, as you do in down dogs. So if you're struggling with a wrist injury or a shoulder injury or a foot injury, you can always come to puppy dog pose or downward facing dog. Options are always available. Shift your eyes forward, walk your feet to your hands. We're going to hang in a ragdoll. Whew. A little bit of fuzz between the toes. All right, shift the weight into the toes and into the heels. Toes to heels, just find a little bit of sensation difference between toes and heels. My knees are nice and soft here. Short hamstrings from all the sitting. We're going to start to make some length in the hamstrings. Come up halfway-ish. So my hands are on the ground. I realize that it's probably not a halfway. So if I really wanted to get technical, I could bring my hands to my shins and have more of that number 7 shape. Again, do what feels good for you. Sweep your right leg to the sky. We're going to go into a standing split-ish. Bend your knee, your right knee, and open up your hip, okay? So if you find that this is too hard by holding onto the floor, you can pause this video, grab a little table or a chair or the edge of your sofa or a couple blocks. Straighten your right leg, take a breath, and return the right foot next to the left. Other side, left leg lifts, standing split-ish. Bend your knee, Ooh, open up. There's my tight side. Straighten the left leg. Return the left next to the right. Roll the spine up to stand. Turn the palms. Circle the arms to the sky. So much gratitude today. Sweep on down. Come up halfway and fold. Rebuild the spine. Get to the top. Drop your shoulders. Exhale. Try that again. Inhale up. Exhale. Swan dive down. Just our last time, we're going to add on. Take a halfway lift and a forward fold. Roll the spine up to stand. Turn the palms and exhale. Sweep the arms to the sky. Fantastic. Turn to the right, that nice twist that we like to come to. You can't see my head. It's okay. You don't need to see my head. Just listen to my sound of my voice. Inhale back to the sky. Exhale, turn to the left. Swat the flies away. Inhale back to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. I got a pesky one. Halfway lift and a fold. We're going to try that again. Inhale, roll the spine up to stand. Exhale, turn the palms. Up we go. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. There I am. Inhale back to the sky. Exhale, twist left. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. Here's where we're going to add on. Take a halfway lift and a forward fold. Take your right foot halfway down your mat, not far. Roll the spine up to stand. So we are setting our body up for pyramid pose. Distractions, right? There's always a pesky fly in our life. Press your right hip forward. Arms go to the sky. This one happens to be a little biting though. Take a breath in and you're going to exhale as you reach forward. Eyes go to your left toes. Bring your hands down. Let them dangle if you can't reach. If you can reach the ground, that's a nice place to be. Pull the left hip back. Okay, lots of hamstring stuff. Your nose is in the direction of your left knee and sink back. Okay, we've come to this one before. Again, building on that theme of consistently practicing, consistently finding shape in our body, being okay where we're at. Bend your left knee a bunch, back to standing split. Once you get to standing split, bend your knee, tuck your left cheek under, and roll. Beautiful. Straighten your right leg and forward folds. Halfway lift and folds. Rebuild the spine. We've been here so many times. Lower your shoulders, circle the arms to the sky. Exhale, swan dive. Feel that sensation. Halfway lift and fold. Left foot halfway down your mat. Roll the spine up. Find a little bit of balance work, squeezing the energy to the inner thighs. Circle the arms up. Exhale, reach forward. Keep coming, keep coming. Lower your hands. Maybe they dangle. Maybe they find the ground. Push your right hip back. Take a breath. And your nose goes towards your knee. And another breath. Nose to knee. Start to shift the weight into the right leg. Bend the right knee. Left leg lifts. Standing split. Bend the left knee. Roll open. Beautiful. Straighten the left leg. And close it on up. Rebuild your spine. And drop your shoulders. My hope is, as we've practiced together now for 28 days, you've seen not only your body's response to the consistent practice, but you've also come into this sort of knowing your body in a different way. And as you listen to my cues, you might take a little extra breath here and there, or you might come back to a favorite posture that's been shown in this process and find like, that feels really good. I want more of that. So we're going to step long and wide. So turn towards the long edge of your mat. Turn your left toes to the top. and bend your left knee. We're going to come into a little warrior series, just a flowing warrior, because it's my experience today that when we are consistent, we become so strong, so empowered, so invigorated. Bring your right arm around, touch your hands together. Okay. We're going to open the right hand again, warrior two. Exhale, close it, look at your thumbs. Inhale, open it. Exhale, close it. Here we go, one more. We're going to close our hands, push into that outer back, that right one. Pull your right elbow back like you're aiming towards your bow, holding onto your arrow. Inhale, palms touch. Exhale, pull your arrow back. Inhale, they touch. Exhale, pull. Pick up the pace of your breath just a little bit. Five more. Four, three, two, hold. Aim your bow to the sky. Left thumb goes way up. It's a version of reverse warrior, right? A little bit higher. Take a breath and blow it out. There it goes. Pivot towards the long edge of your mat. Turn your right toes to the back. Find warrior two, okay? Something we've been at many, many times for these 22 days. Bring the left arm around, palms touch. Feel that rotation through the spine. Pull it open, okay? Close it up. Open it up. And now we begin that bow and arrow. Palms touch. Look at your thumbs. Left arm this time pulls way back. I like to say this is where we make a wish, okay? Maybe we're wishing for peace or happiness or kindness in the world, or maybe it's a more personal wish, something that you're working on yourself that you'd like to see come to fruition. Inhale, they touch. Exhale, pull. Inhale. Four more. Three, two, hold here. Draw a line with your right thumb to the sky. Reach it a little bit higher. Take a breath. Release your wish. Turn towards the long edge. Arms go out. Ah, such a beautiful breeze. Star pose. I've rotated my palms to the sky, which is another form of that subtle heart opener. My thumbs are to the back. I'm going to reach my thumbs towards that back fence, squeezing my shoulder blades, and bring my arms to stack. We're going to open up wide, thumbs to the back, bring your arms to stack. Three more. Open, get big, squeeze your shoulder blades. Stack. Open, squeeze and stack. One more. Beautiful. Open and stack. Open and bring the thumbs back, and then lower your arms. Roll your shoulders. Roll them. Had a little phone call come through. It happens. Left arm goes to the sky. Reach up and over. Notice the spaciousness in your body. Left arm goes up. The left arm floats. Right arm to the sky. A big giant breath. Exhale over. One more time each side. Inhale, up we go. Exhale over. Let it lower. Inhale up. Exhale over. Come on back. And lower the arms. Hinging from your hip crease, you're going to tip forward, tip forward, tip forward, tip forward. Hands find the mat. Eyes go behind you. Shift the weight into your toes. Take a wide leg. Forward fold. Maybe close your eyes. Long breath. We'll be here just for a few more breaths to close our practice. You can adjust your hands. I like to turn my fingers to the back, just like we did in that very first tabletop, kind of opening up the front of the wrist. Tuck your chin a little bit, let gravity do its work by elongating the spine. Think about times in your life where you have demonstrated consistency, whether it's in something that you've been working on in your physical well-being, or maybe you have a consistent meditation practice, or I have many, many friends, including myself, that consistently like to pull a card. It's an inspirational card, or maybe it's a tarot card, or just something on a daily basis that is a ritual. It's consistently showing up in the same way every day. And they say that when we are consistent, we develop habits. And so we look for the times in our lives when we have been consistently supporting ourselves, when we have also been consistently showing up for other people, and how that has enriched the relationships that you are showing up for. Perhaps your job, you were consistently on time, which resulted in some beautiful advances in your career. Heel and toe your feet in so that they're underneath the hips. Consistently taking time for walking or other forms of exercise that you love, and the payoff that it's been in your body. Roll the spine up to stand. All of these ways in which we've developed habits that have enhanced our relationship to ourselves and our relationship to the world. And today was such a powerful affirmation for me to just be consistent in who I am, consistent in the work that I do, consistent in my service. And of course, I had to pull out a few little tricks along the way today, but I've made that connection. And I think that was what was missing, is I hadn't found the right connection with a couple of the particular individuals. And when I found the connection, what they enjoy, what they drives them, what fuels them, my consistency framework or groundwork has already been there. All I needed was that last little lure in my fishing line to hook them. And it was beautiful. And I drove home today thinking, there it is, like consistently saying yes to myself and to my students and to my work. It paid off. So as I came into preparing for this short practice, it was recognizing that we're 22 days into this practice. We have 8 to go, and it has already in 22 days become consistent again in my body and in my spirit. And it's something I look forward to. I don't walk into this as, oh, I have to go record, but I get to go practice. I get to go share this. And that's what I was hoping for this 30 days. My expectation, which I always teach we should never have, but my expectation was that I would find myself again and find that love on the yoga mat. And I'm there. Like, I know that for me, I will be consistent to myself and in my yoga practice once the 30 days is over. So just know you can always go back if you don't have the commitment to, practice on your own without guidance. You can always go back to day one and start all over. You can peruse my whole YouTube library. Just know that my yoga teachings on YouTube outside of this 30 days, I won't be doing it with you. It's just my cueing, my voice. But you've done this, and isn't it feel great and amazing to be consistent for 22 days? So tomorrow's a little lighter day for me. Day 23 is going to be something beautiful. I'm hoping it'll be what it'll be, and it'll be perfect. So you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow, day 23 coming up tomorrow.